Grandest LAN. This is the definitive way to enjoy Europa Universalis 4. I am DDR Jake, and who are you?
Buzz.
We are in this giant castle in Poland, and there's over 100 of us in here, and we're about to play some EU4, slaughtering each other. And you're on free-for-all, several people to a country, and I think we can even start looking at the placement here. I see some cheeky buggers have decided they want to be France and Hungary.
That's
not
gonna
how
happen,
it's going
right?
down. In fact, like we have a list of countries that are being played. Because we obviously can't trust people here, but some we can, okay? Like we've got a Scotland player right off the bat, but maybe they're going to conflict with our Norwegian player.
Let's see. We're gonna rip.
We see that the Pope is already signing alliances here. He's got Milan. He's got an incoming one from Florence.
Oh, the Italian Thunderdome is kicking off.
Nice and anonymous, Chad. But there's somebody saying, "Screw the Pope." What is the Pope up to? Perhaps
That's not
I wonder
nice.
if he's excommunicated it. No. Well, I don't think he's done any excommunications yet. That depends. Oh no, that'll be it. Look at this.
Oh, it's starting already.
Already excommunicated in Florence. I don't think he's going to get that alliance. Enemies: Ferrara, Mantua, Lucca, the Papal State.
It's kicking off.
I wonder if Operation Screw the Pope's going to go very well. Remember, the Pope is sitting atop his shrine, looking out across about half a dozen other players.
Yeah, he got the good seat,
so,
right?
if you want to deal with the Pope, you've got to go groveling there. But then we all know that the Pope will need to get on his knees to get some Swiss guards.
Yep.
Right? Okay. No bias here in the commentary booth.
No,
We're just
not at all.
Saying it how it is.
I mean, not like you're playing Swiss, and you're not
I'm
playing,
not playing Swiss right now, but
Nope.
but give it time though. Here we go. And yes, if we get the players, there we go. Okay, so we have war already. Blue flames. Oh man, Riga, poor Riga. What are you up to here? What is going on? So we have Riga is at war with the Teutons, the Palatinate, Saxony, and Brandenburg. Because this is the war of Teutonic aggression. What? These two are meant to be historical friends, and yet there's already bloodshed. Brother pitted against brother. The Teutons fighting against Livonians. Riga involved, but also Brandenburg and Saxony involved. Oh, who's going to come out on top of this? Because the Teutonics much better defensive land than Livonian Order here.
They're like been at it for 5 minutes, and they're really coming out strong.
Yeah, in our professional opinion here.
Yep.
So what we have Livonian Order and the Regan troops together. They mount to a lot more than the Teutons, but it looks like the Brandenburgs are coming on in, and so too are the Saxons. I wonder what they have in store for them there. We simply don't know right now. Who else do we have at war? The Blue Flames are all about this war right now. Let's look at other non-player wars going on. We have Orissa, who have decided that Bengal have to die. They're striking against the Tiger's neck from the get-go, but they have all their subjects at their command as well. No alliances. They're going in a solo. Mawar also enjoying some warfare. Who are they taking down? They're going for Delhi and Bangladesh. Bangladesh, a subject of Delhi. So it's another war of aggression. Oh, it's a humiliation of Delhi. Interesting opener. Hosokawa as well. Now the Hosokawan player, they had big ambitions, right? They are, to my best of knowledges, alone in Japan. So if they can turbo unite the place, they're going to be one hell of a strong contender here.
Looks like they're alone.
I foresee that given we have a player over here in Wanzhou, soon to be Manchu, we might have some very early conflict between the Japanese and the Manchurians. I can only hope. And we have Khmer at war already, annihilating Champa. They're not scared of those Champese troops. And we also have Ak Kayunlu. Now, a couple of devs are actually playing as Ak Kayunlu. Now, we sent some contingent from Paradox here.
We did.
We were like, okay, we're going to put some manpower into this. And then a couple more devs went, no, this will not stand. I must go as well. So they actually got their own tickets, came along.
Yep.
And they're joining in the fun too. They're playing along with another person that's here at the castle. And look at this war of aggression already taking down Samtske. And there we go, a brilliant victory there because they have Uzan Hassan leading their armies. He is a natural born leader and a fantastic general to have. Now, what is going down here? The Teutons and the Brandenburgs have already made some incursions into Livonian order. Well, look who is armied up here! The Regans and the Livonians are having none of this. They are charging into Riga, and they are blasting the Teutons away. This is the Teutonic order, Saxony and Brandenburg getting absolutely wrecked by the Livonians and the Regans! I loved Riga before, but now they capture my territories, and now they capture my heart. Annihilation! Total annihilation! Run away while you can, Brandenburg and Teutons. You mess with the freest city in the Hansa. Like I said, there are no biases here in the commentary booth in this castle.
Never.
Never, ever. I just want to make sure there aren't other player versus player wars going on. I know there are lots of wars, because there's a lot of countries around. We will try to keep our eye on them as best we can, but this is where the action is happening, and we love the people that bring the fight, so let's get an eye on what's happening here. From the Livonian Order's point of view, right, they're being charged against. Not so good on the roll in the shock phase. That is looking grim for them. Fire phase as well. Teutons coming out on top, and this, they brought it in at the end, but they are getting pushed back, and I think that is the expulsion of them from Teutonic lands. Not even that far. They're caught by forts. Are they going to get annihilated there and then? Oh, June looks like it's going to be a bad month for Livonian and Regans. Oh, they can just see their doom impending. And okay, it's the Saxons stealing the show here, and that does not look so good for Livonians. They're either going to be annihilated there or forced back. We'll see what happens. Yeah, they make a retreat all the way back to Reval. They'll have to rethink their game plan because they are loaned up. Manpower is it's not looking so tickety-boo. Okay, what else is going on in the world? I mean, I just want to check my beloved Swiss to see if they're at war. They are not at war, but I hear there was some kind of transactions. They've rented out Condottieri to Genoa. Yep. So what are the Genoese up to, and why are they occupied by Byzantium?
The Republic of Genoa hired 10,000 troops of the Swiss army.
And the price is 1.2 times maintenance. So the Swiss are here to make some money. But where is the Swiss army? Oh, here they are, sieging down Serbia. So they're plopping out the Serbians, whilst the Genoese, they've parked a little contingent on Constantinople, whilst the bulk of them do their sieging in Moria. Interesting to see that they were able to, that the Byzantines were able to ship over and take on Genoa. So were there any alliances involved in that? No, just Athens and Serbia.
So Pope is at war? Is chat saying that?
Pope man at war?
Is that
What
true?
is he up to? It looks like Florence has gone for it. What is happening here? So they're at war with Florence. Florence has decided it's time for the conquest of Romagna. They're gunning down the Pope. And there we go, Roma is completely undefended. They're going full Hannibal on them here. So, but they're also, what do we have here? They now have Milan charging in, Genoa charging in. There goes Urbino troops. So how is this going to go down? Florence alone against the world here. They didn't bring any allies into this. They decided they had to show everyone a lesson. They got 4 shock on their side, and that's a good thing to have on your side. Their land is well defended with hills, so I mean he could do a sortie and charge into it with his units. But it seems his focus is on the Pope here. Where are the... Oh, they're on their way back home for money well earned. So, for all those who believe in the Flory, now is the time. Bring your energy to the chat. He needs you now more than ever. Look at him repelling those who would stand against him. They're in Firenze, they're getting destroyed in Firenze, and they are cast out. Right? He took on 3, maybe 4 nations, and away they go. The occupation of Rome will continue.
Does he have any allies?
Holy moly. Nope, Florence is going in this alone. He is against Milan, he's against Genoa, he's against the Papal State. Can he make this work? I think he saw the vultures looming, and we have Ave from the chat. That is a question. So Arumba's gone for an interesting gambit here. He is allied with France, also with Florence, but he's not involved in that war. He is at war with England. This is the English-French unification war. But whilst the French have Maine, he snuck in and grabbed Provence and Caen here. And he can get those, because Maine is his core. He could still take those in the war. And who knows, he might just get the war score to do so. Meanwhile, the Swiss staying true to their word with 2-3-1-1 general, sieging down Firenze. But Flori, look, he's pulling out all the stops. He's got 20,000. He's charging into Firenze. However, what he probably doesn't see are the Milanese and the Genoese popping in. So whilst he's got incredible morale here, what a lot of morale. He's got an advisor for it. He's got tradition. He's got a thriving arms industry. But can he push back all these units? With morale like that, I don't think he can. When he's forced to go back. The Swiss guard still holding the front, but he's going right back in. He knew they'd retreat out. He's going in once again. Can he get the stack wipe? If he can, he's going to be in a great position here. He's certainly got the morale advantage, even though he's fighting against so many more than his number. Can he make it count? I think he might just be able to. The front line is dwindling against him.
How about that?
It's all coming down to it, and he's got it. He's got the victory. He has forced the enemies out of Firenze. He's even chasing them down. Then again, the Florence troops, they are really down in number. But what a victory.
That was nice.
What
well
a victory.
Played.
Not many people would go for such an attack, but Flori went for it. Meanwhile, Rome is sitting under siege. The capital's under siege. The rest of his country is under occupation. It's not a happy day for the Pope, and he is a defender here.
That?
I'm seeing all the abbes come in here, right? Flori tactics, right? He certainly has his following in chat, and like I said, he needs your power now more than ever. You need to raise the roof for him, because he's fighting against a lot of odds. Speaking of people that fought against a lot of odds, what's going on with Livonian Order? It looks like they're down. No, I was going to say they're down to the last stand, but no, that's the Teutons. What a stab for a fellow order, though, right? They fought paganism together, and yet at the drop of the hat in 1444, they decided all bets are off, you're going down. Okay, we're looking at that, but let's get our eyes back onto Florence. Where are his units now? He split them up a wee bit. He's got 10,000 down. Lucca are going for it alone, but they've got the backup of Milan and Genoa. I don't think they're consolidating their units, which makes them a bit weaker, and also the Florence morale is just through the roof. Well, he's got Miltech 4, which is counting for a whole lot. He's going in, probably trying to wipe the floor with with these guys. Okay, Genoa has arrived, as to have well, just about everybody that can. But here's the thing: Firenze have Miltech 4, and that counts for a whole lot. They are making it count for a whole lot. We'll see what happens when the Swiss get involved. Though the Swiss Guard are arriving at the last minute. Will it make the difference? I'm not so sure, because Switzerland also at Miltech 3. Everybody's enjoying that Miltech 3. It's not looking good for the 20-odd thousand getting annihilated by a force a fraction of their size. Even the Swiss, last to hold out, could not make it happen. But the Papal State, he's coming in. Looks like he cleaned up a little unit.
That lost the war, if you want to talk to some of them.
Yeah, bring them in.
Oh,
bring
yeah.
them in.
Oh, right, we've got some guests. Yeah, come on
Livonians coming
Welcome.
in. Right?
Just introduce yourself to the, no pressure, but many thousands of people here enjoying the Grandest LAN.
So we as Livonian Order, we agreed with the Teutons, who were, one of their players was Bavaria from the last event, who is well known for the notoriety of betraying people. We made agreements, and then they allied with most of the German states against us, 4 of them against us. And so they all worked together to go and defeat us. And we had a lot of fun, though, because we went and took as much development out of our lands as possible. We held off for about 5 or 6 years in spite of that, and caused for them to get high levels of instability and unrest. And so we decided that if they do this to us, we're just to get as many loans as possible and build a massive army.
Love it, though. We saw you repelling their army decisively and chasing them down. Okay, they must have been sweating bullets when that happened.
Well, we couldn't chase them down. We would have stayed in our own lands if not for the fact that Riga chased after them. And we wouldn't have lost naval dominance if not for the fact that Riga didn't split their fleets.
I mean, commiserations to you, but amazing. That's a bit of an insult right there.
Oh,
You put up an amazing defense, and that's what we love to see. We can't wait for you to come back and see how you charge back into the Teutons, those great betrayals.
So, Livonian Order got annexed.
Yes. But so too did Riga.
Well, yeah.
In terms of other blue flames, we still have the war going on between Khmer and Majapahit.
I was just going to say, how are we looking in Asia?
So we have Khmer that's been invading here with Majapahit. Where are the Dai Viet army? They've been running off to Ming a little bit, probably just to stay safe. But yeah, Khmer and Majapahit, they outnumber them, and Dai Viet does not have Tech 4. Khmer doesn't either, and Majapahit, who, you know, for all it's worth, sailed their army all the way over here purely to take out Diviet. So, I mean, that really sets the tone. If Diviet end up coming back later on, they will remember this.
Yep.
Diviet remembers this.
Wall of Shame, maybe.
The Ming at the moment enjoying their own separatist movement. And the Manchu have already formed. Manchu's one hell of a danger for anybody around. They got all these cores, all these claims, and when compared to that, Hosokawa, who I'm sure is desperate to unite Japan as fast as possible, it looks like they've got an extra province, but they've got the cores and claims to get, plenty of wars to be had. We'll see how that goes down for them. It'll be exciting to see. I want to get another overview of like where our player countries are, just in case people don't see who all's playing. So drink it in while you can. Scotland taking over Ireland.
How did France go then?
Provence has had some success here. It looks like they took and released Normandy. So they had this Norman subject with more cores. They might want to be getting those, but I wonder if that means their friendship with France will remain in place. We'll see how the mutual opinion is there. Ally and ally. They both seem to love each other. Long may that be the case. Florence still putting up one hell of a fight. Again, taking over more than twice their number and succeeding. It is something to be seen. The Florence army just does not know when to quit. They are beating back any who oppose them. Splitting them once again. They sent the Swiss packing, the Urbinos, the Genoans. And what do we have here? We have Provence. Provence are now getting involved in this Papal State War because they have forged an alliance with Florence.
They're helping out now.
So Florence is not going down without one hell of a fight. So here we go. Provençal and the Florentines together against insurmountable odds here, but they're suddenly a bit more surmountable. Lorraine involved as well, although they're just chilling up north. It seems the Milanese are still chilling out in Genoa. They are fresh out of manpower. They're not so deep in the loans though, right? Florence knows that loans are just a number.
Silesia?
Yeah, please.
Before you end?
Please.
Let's have a word from our hosts with the mosts over in Silesia.
Hey, welcome.
Hello.
Tell us about Silesia.
Well, Silesia is the nation that we organizers are playing. We thought it would be fitting since we are actually in real life. We are in Silesia, so we decided the host computer is playing a Silesia. That has created a bit of a problem, of course, because Bohemia is our overlord, and we're afraid that they might very soon try to integrate us.
Well, I mean, they can start doing that after 10 years. It's already been 7, so...
Yeah. So we have been talking with the players of Saxony and Brandenburg, and we've offered them a very sweet deal. If they can just get Bohemia off our asses, we will submit as their vassals. Yes.
So, just want to highlight the Bohemian alliances here. Poland, Brunswick, Limburg, Ferrara. Maybe you don't have to worry about Ferrara so much, but Poland?
Brunswick is a player, but Poland is at war with Hungary right now. They seem to not be doing very well.
Not too hot there. They have the union though, but it's just not working out for them.
All right, we'll see how that pans out.
We'll see how that pans out, indeed.
Thank you.
Yeah,
for
thank
the
you kindly. So if we see bad things happening to Silesia, we know there are people that have not been keeping their deals going on. Just don't want to drop this war because it's all going on. Florence have really picked it back up. They've got a hell of an army, whilst the Milanese are at the mercy of Provençal troops here. Okay, Provence is now on to the Milanese capital. I don't think it looks too good for poor Milan here. Do we have any probing questions coming in from the chat? Like I said, we have the chat coming in. There are so many of you, though. It's just going boom, boom, boom. A lot of support coming in for the Florence there, who unfortunately just got wiped out there by the Milanese. But that was just a small contingent. Florence is still very much alive and kicking in Genoa. Yeah, Milan must be feeling the heat now. Meanwhile, what of the Swiss? The Swiss are actually at war themselves. The Badenese conquest of Zurich, so Baden have gone to war with the Swiss. An interesting strategy, since Ravensburg is on the side with the Swiss, so that could be Baden's first and last mistake.
Yeah.
Okay. We've got some kind of rotation going on. Okay.
Yep.
I have been DDR Jake, you have been Bus, and you have been awesome, but now we got a switcheroo. Apparently,
we'll be back.
I am going to go and play as Switzerland. If you see amazing things from them, it's all me. If things go bad, I didn't actually get to the desk or something. All right, cheers, folks. We hand it over.